There would be some money left over after the landlord had received his rent for the farm Lomsdalen, and expectations had not been higher. They had had poor wind on the sail south, and it had taken much longer than expected. Ole had been worried a bit because could be late for spring planting, but now he saw that not much time had been lost. It was a late spring with snow far down the mountains, and the forest had not yet fully leafed out. Ole sang loudly and uninhibitedly as he rowed, mixing songs and hymns. He almost felt like taking out the violin from the worn case in the back of the boat and playing a tune over the mirror-like fjord, a springer for eider ducks, gulls, and cormorants. But he refrained. He would rather wait until he reached the hills and had the farm Lomsdalen in sight. Ole looked forward to coming home. The two girls had probably grown and changed a lot in the half year he had been away, especially the youngest, Pauline. This time he had some nice little things for all three of his girls. Yes, he had a little something for the fourth one too, whether it was a boy or a girl, for if he had not been too misinformed before he left, they would soon have another addition to the family. He rounded the side fjord Storbørja, where the high, steep mountains seemed to lean out over the sea. So mighty and wild are they that a small rowboat looks like a mosquito at their feet. In the valleys and ravines between the bare rock walls, new leaves and green plants shone, and he rode close to land. He could hear a bird song mixing with the roar of waterfalls cascading down the mountainsides. A strong and almost intoxicating scent of spring, of budding life in the shore and the mountains, filled the air around him.
There was a special festive atmosphere between the sky-reaching mountain walls under snow-covered peaks and spires. Ole had to tilt his head back to see these minarets against the blue vault. There was no church like this, not even the Pope's room. The man in tattered clothes and worn sea boots stood up in the boat. He spread his arms as if to embrace the whole world while he read a mass in the Cathedral of Nature. Here he could use as loud a voice as he wanted. No one could hear or see him. A small plume of smoke rose from the chimney of the tiny, improvised house at Mevika, and now he also clearly saw the houses at Velfjord on the point by the sea. When the rowboat scraped against the log bridge at the boathouse at Velfjord, the old man was waiting for him. Ole greeted cheerfully but received only a low reply. Had they seen anything of the people at home in Lomsdalen, and did they know how things were there? Ole was eager for the answer. The man clearly struggled to respond, and his account was stammering and insurant, but soon the whole tragedy dawned on Ole. Maria lay in the churchyard, and the children had been placed on different farms. There was nothing left in Lomsdalen. The man fetched a chest from the boathouse, where it had been stored. Ole sat down on the chest, stunned. They said he sat there motionless with his hands over his face for a long time. The hardened man wept.
On the chest were painted the letters J. N. Brun, and the year 1804. No one knew what the letters and name stood for, but Ole Paul Paulsen Brun had inherited it from his uncle, the Bishop of Bergen, Johan Nordahl Brun, who died in 1816. For Ole, one of the many moving chapters of his life ended that June day at Velfjord. Ole has many descendants, and with one branch of the family which we find today further south in the country, the chest that little Berit struggled to carry down from the farm of Lomsdalen, that night the world ended for a small, poor family, is preserved. The chest is well taken care of.